After waiting many months now, we finally have the quote-unquote bipartisan border deal, and it's way worse than anyone thought. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the chaos that is unfolding in the United States Senate, because everyone, after what seems to be like a year now, we finally have the bipartisan border deal, and boy oh boy, isn't it bipartisan. Because when you actually read what's in it, and we heard about some of the details like a month ago, it was bad enough, what we originally learned about it. Well, now it's 20 times worse. Yeah, it is the worst quote-unquote bipartisan deal I may have ever seen. I mean, this deal completely throws out everything the Republican Party claims to stand for. And remember, this is bipartisan. That means there are many Republicans, at least in the U.S. Senate, that support this. And this is the full bill. This isn't what they did a month ago and released like one part of it, which we said was awful. But now, it is 100 times worse. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Now let's get right into it, because I cannot stress enough how bad this bill really is. And remember, this is Republicans pushing it. This isn't just Democrats. There are many high-level Republicans in the U.S. Senate that agree to this crap. So let's get into it. Senators released the long-awaited text of a bipartisan agreement to impose tougher immigration and asylum laws Sunday. Oh yeah, of course it's NBC News making it sound like, oh, how dare they, impose any restriction. It doesn't even do that. All right, let's just ignore this. Let's get right into the details. The bill includes a new emergency authority that would allow the Department of Homeland Security to, as Biden has put it, shut down the border if there are too many migrants trying to cross. This was the first part that was leaked like a month ago. DHS could close the border if Border Patrol encountered 4,000 or more migrants on average of over 7 days. Yeah, they could. If it's 4,000 a day. In NBC News earlier, they tried to say, oh, well, they falsely claimed that allowed illegal immigration for upwards of 5,000 a day. It does. I mean, this exact paragraph's in the text that, hey, if it's less than 4,000, DHS can't do a damn thing. And you know how many people that is? Over the course of 365 days, 1.4 million illegal migrants that could just cross the border without DHS doing a damn thing. The border couldn't be shut down under the authority for more than 270 days in the first year. What? This is absolutely crazy. It should be shut down 24/7, 365 days a year. And the bill would give the president the power to suspend a border closure on an emergency basis for up to 45 days. What? Hold up. You're telling me that the president of the United States could suspend the border? What? For 45 days. So what happens at the 44th day? He declares a new one? During an emergency closure, Border Patrol would still need to process a minimum of 1,400 migrants who try to enter the U.S. legally through ports of entry. Yeah, of course, legal immigration is a separate thing, but what is this? The bill would also end the practice of catch and release. If passed into law, the bill would allow migrants who come to the border through lawful ports of entry and families to enter the U.S. under federal supervision for 90 days while they complete asylum interviews. Those who pass would receive work permits as they await adjudication of their claims. Those who fail would be removed from the U.S. This is the bare minimum for 90 days? So what if they lose them? What if they just vanish into the night? For 90 days? It doesn't end it. It just says, oh, instead of, them going away forever, it's only for 90 days. What the frickin' do? By that time, these people are gone. They are going to disappear into the United States. You have no clue where the hell they are. But that's just the immigration part. It's crap. This bill is absolutely garbage. Just on the immigration front. It would change immigration laws to allow the children of people with H-1B visas to get work authorizations and freeze their legal ages while waiting for green cards, rather than face deportation once they hit age 21. These changes would affect about 250,000 children in the U.S. H-1B visas have to go. I mean, this is absurd. And they say, oh, well, it doesn't account for dreamers. Who cares? The fact that there's 250,000 children, as of now, that are children of people with H-1B visas. They can become citizens way easier under this bill. Just think about how ludicrous this is. But oh, you thought this was bad. You thought, oh, this border stuff is crap. It includes billions of dollars in foreign aid. For whatever reason, this deal has foreign policy tied to it. Defense and foreign policy hawks in Capitol Hill hope the immigration deal will unlock billions of dollars in military and other foreign aid that has been... What? Hold up. They hope that they will unlock billions of dollars in military aid. So, they are saying, we're going to jam foreign policy, foreign aid into this one immigration bill. A huge chunk of the security package, slightly more than $60 billion, would go towards supporting Ukraine as it defends itself against the Russian invasion. That includes funding for things like military training, intelligence sharing, and replenishing military weapons and equipment. How much was the bill in total? $118 billion. So over half would go towards Ukraine. $60 billion. Remember when Republicans did everything they could to stop the border wall? When it cost what? $10 billion? What was it again in 2017? It was less than what they're giving to Ukraine just in this one bill. These same Republicans that purposely tanked Trump's first 2 years when it came to the border wall, when it came to several policy points for Trump. It's too much money. Oh, here's $60 billion for Ukraine. More than $14 billion would pay for security assistance for Israel following the deadly October 7th attack by Hamas terrorists. Why? Israel can defend itself. Listen, they are an ally. I agree with that. And I hope they deal with the terrorists that did these horrific attacks. With that being said, all right, just because I'm pro-Israel, that doesn't mean we have to bankrupt ourselves paying for their military. They already have a very good military. Why do we need to give them $14 billion? What? While another $10 billion in humanitarian assistance would help provide things like food, water, shelter, and medical care to civilians in Gaza and the West Bank who have been affected by the war there. Which I know a lot of people are going to give me crap for. I do agree with this. Listen, I'm against foreign aid when it comes to spending on foreign militaries, because I think that's ludicrous. humanitarian assistance I've always supported. Even during the early days of the Ukrainian war, I said, hey, we should help the people involved, the civilians that are caught in the crossfire. Same thing in Gaza and Israel. We should help the civilians. There's a lot of people that have no involvement in this chaotic war in Israel or Ukraine, but they're sadly caught in the crossfire. I agree. Help the people. Not fund foreign militaries. How stupid can you be? I mean, listen. It's one thing to help civilians of other countries, which I think we should do. Not how much we're spending now, but I do agree with $10 billion for humanitarian assistance. That's the only part of the aid that makes any kind of sense. 2 days after Biden launched airstrikes against Iranian-backed targets in the Middle East, in retaliation for the deaths of 3 U.S. service members, congressional leaders also included $2.4 billion to support U.S. Central Command's operations and pay for combat expenses linked to the conflict in the Red Sea. There's another $2 billion just out there. But you notice there's nothing for the border? It might say like $5 billion for doing something with the border, but look how much money we're spending on Ukraine, on Israel, on another endless war in the Middle East. You know how much money we have spent just on Ukraine? How much of that money could have gone to homeless veterans? How much of that money could have went towards fixing the roads? Listen, humanitarian assistance, that's one thing. Hey, we should help people, fine. That is a morally correct thing to do. But you're spending just this one bill, like $76 billion on war. Is that what we turn into? Just, hey, we want more war? That's not what we should do. We should focus on rebuilding America and, of course, helping civilians abroad. But that doesn't mean, allow mass immigration. It's just absolutely insane what this bill does. And we know about the stupidity known as, oh, if it's below 4,000 a day, DHS can't do a damn thing. I mean, this puts America last. It puts you below everyone across the world. So again, call your representatives, call your senators and tell them, vote no. This bill is absolutely atrocious. Nothing of it makes any kind of sense except the humanitarian aid. That's the only thing I even remotely agree with. Let's just hoping that this fails, because if it does pass, let me tell you, Republicans will get crushed. When Trump hopefully wins, he is going to have no House majority because these bozos would fail miserably if they pass this. I don't think they will, because this is just stupid. But if it did pass, we would get crushed in the House. Maybe win the Senate. Maybe, just because of how favorable the U.S. Senate is. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much, Godspeed, to all of you.